T-Nyce, how much direction did you guys give to each artist that appeared on the track?
I mean, I don't want to pressure the artist too much. I just told them, listen, it's my first single. Me and T put it together, and the record's called Reality. And I don't really get a chance to actually mention what it's about. Like, this is pretty much for like everyone outside of Canada. I find that they always thought that we were dreaming and certain things wouldn't happen, especially being from Toronto, you know what I mean? I can remember a couple of years ago, people say, where are you from? You'd have to say where Vince Carter is playing. Because they won't know, you know? And now you can actually say Toronto and be happy about it. And they're actually happy about it too. And a lot more people want to come to Toronto now that, you know, Drake's done his thing. And, you know, it's just a good thing for the city. So putting the record together, I just figured by calling it Reality, it'd be something where it's just real life. It's happening now. You know what I mean? Anyone can relate to that because you can relate to it in anything. Like I dreamt to put out this record. I didn't know when, but yeah, and finally it's happening now. It's reality.
Can you expect a video for this single?
Oh, most definitely. Everything's in the works right now. I got the single release party on deck, and I got the video that's going to be shot in March as well, which is directed by Sharpshooter and also Sterling. So. Give a look.
Are there going to be a lot of cameos outside the usual suspects?
Well, I mean, right now what I'm trying to do, like I said, I'm trying to bring unity to the city. Right. Not everybody's going to like you, and there's people that will like you. Right. But what I want to do is I want to unite everybody. I want to invite every DJ, even outside of Toronto as well. You know, at the end of the day, we are DJs at the end of the day, and we make records happen. Right. So, like, I look at movements in the States and everywhere else, and it's just like everybody's so together. Right. You know what I mean? You'll see Khaled hit 50 people on Twitter. Because let's go with that new single or whatever, and everyone supports it. Because not everyone's for themselves. And I find that if we act like that and we're about each other, then we'll get a long way faster.
Being a DJ, trying to pull people together first, you know, you have your camp and what you do, but how hard is it trying to pull people together in that essence and say, you know what, let's do this because, you know, maybe they're strong, you know, we're going for the place before united and stuff like that. How difficult can it be sometimes to say, come on, somebody said, come, let's make this music, stuff like that?
I think it's kind of hard because every artist has their own schedule. Right. And unless they have some respect for you, they'll get on it right away. Right. I find certain artists will be like, if they don't really respect you on that level, they'll just be like, yeah, I got you. And then you won't hear from them for like 2 or 3 weeks. But if I'm like the artists that I put together, they're very responsive. They really like the idea and it worked out.
How did you go about selecting each artist that's featured on the record?
Well, I mean, it was a very hard decision. You know, I had different artists on the record before, as you know. But I figured that with this record, there was just artists that came to my head. And I just figured for it to go the right way, like it was kind of hard because at the end of the day, you know, P. Rain and Belly, they're out there. Javon's about to be on a certain level. And then there's Big Lean that's just going hard now. So it was hard even when I'm at the radio station and stuff and there's like who's on the record. And I'll tell them and they might even forget to say the last 2 artists because they're not really so-called popular at the time. But I just figured that those artists would do well on the record because I just listened to their flows on different records and I just figured that for this record they would.
Okay. Now, can we expect some more singles from you coming up?
Well, right now, like I said, me and T been talking about like putting together like a remix. You know, there's a couple artists that hit me and I want to be on that. But I'm not really at that point yet. Right. I think I want to see what this does first. Right. And this is like a new element to my Brown Bills mixtape. Okay. So it's pretty much a single and then I drop the mixtape right after. Right. And then when I come with Brown Bills R&B, then I'll drop an R&B single. Right. And then so forth. Like Brown Bills throwbacks, I want to drop again, obviously, and get like Cardi or Socks or somebody on a record. You know? So I think it would bring more unity to the city as well as it would help us. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay, so Reality is actually coming off the Brown Bills mixtape.
Yeah.
Okay.
How good is it having T-Nyce on?
It's good. You know, he's very supportive on what I do, and you know, like I said, we have a good chemistry. Like we talk all the time. You know, we know like the sound is just evident. Like when he produces a beat, he just knows what I like. But it's not like he only has 10 beats. You know, he has all kinds. So I'll be like, you know what I like, man. Send me like 10 bangers, and then I'll just go through them. I'll be like, all right, I'll for sure find at least 3 or 4 that I like out of 10. And that's very hard these days with some of these producers because they'll be sending you hundreds and hundreds and you only find one.
And with you being a club DJ, how does it help breaking a record such as reality?
Well, with that, you know what? It's a very hard go in a sense because, you know, I'm only one person. So at the end of the day, I gotta take a couple dates off. Like promoters be calling me, I'll be like, you know what? I can't come. Because I'll go to the club and try to network with other DJs. Like on Saturday, I was supposed to take a booking, I didn't do it. I drove to London just to connect with DJs out there that I know, just to show them how serious I am. I know, and the roads were like very bad. Plus I got a flat tire the next day, which was like minus 22 outside. So I was like, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, it's like, even with DJs being on board with playing a record, you know, and that's why I didn't talk at the beginning of the record. So I was like, you know what, if I talk at the beginning, some DJs may not play it. I said, DJ Charlie Brown, you know, they might not want that. You know, but if I play it and I'm not talking, then, you know, they'll play the record because the artist on it that they like. And evidently, if it does get better and they do like it, the next time they hear me talking on it, they'll play it. Because believe it or not everybody's for your progression. Some people might see you and be like, you know what, yeah man, you know, it's a good look, but they don't want you to get further. So it's hard, but you know what, I'm trying to do what I can to get the main people that do matter follow suit and play the record, so that other DJs will be like, you know, whatever. Like when Four Corners played it on Z, I had 1 million DJs hit me up and be like, yo, I need that record. But on a regular day, they would never say they want to hit it. It's hard, but you gotta kind of work with what you have, like I said, and try to make that happen.
T-Nyce, what about you? How do you, having, you know, Charlie Brown in your point of view, how do you go about that?
I'm like more, he motivates me, like, to be honest. Like, I see what he does, like, and I'm like, God damn, does he even sleep? Because I'm known as not sleeping, like, I'm always working, right? But, like, with him, it just, I don't know, man. He's just so passionate about it. So every time I see that, I'm like, damn, I gotta wake up. I gotta do more. You know what I'm saying? So I already told him he's like motivation for me, period. Yeah.
In regards to yourself, T-Nyce, apart from like the whole reality, any works you have in the works? Like any projects you're working on?
I just did a couple of records with Travis Porter. Just signed jobs. So we just did 3 records with them. And right now I'm just trying to go in on anybody that's coming out, like Jeezy and everybody else. I'm just grinding, that's about it.
So I see that you're a part of Sunset Management. So like, what's your relationship with yourself in Brooklyn?
Well, it's me, Brooklyn and Cash. You know, he's one of the guys that motivates me as well. Because, you know, we're partners and work together. Our grind is the same and our head is the same. So it's like, we kind of always want to go beyond what we're doing. But our relationship's been so strong. Like, we've been friends for it's been a long time. Like a good 8, 9 solid years. So, you know, he sees the vision, and you know what? When I was in Vancouver, I was on tour, and he flew out there just to kick it, you know what I mean? And at the end of the day, that shows you, you know, a person to spend money to come just spend time and just chill out is a good look. And you know, we talked about it, and now it's like we got so much in the works. Like we got the website coming out, we got t-shirts coming out, we got models we're about to release, we got videographers, all kinds of stuff. You know, it's a big thing for Sunset.
Stupid fly, I'm in the league of my own, and it's